Welcome back to URL Charlotte, my debut time travel horror novel, out June 1st in paperback and Kindle Unlimited. Can you describe the man? Sheriff Gibson pulled out a pad of paper. Magda sat at the dinner table, a cup of coffee in her hand. Her mother had pulled a random sweatshirt from Magda's closet, a pink hoodie that she hadn't worn since middle school. Didn't matter. It was warm. She felt younger, safer. The last time she wore that shirt, she hadn't even tasted a beer yet. Well, he was tall and thin, like a skeleton, long scraggly hair and beard. Jimmy snored softly on the sofa. He had stayed awake for almost half an hour before finally nodding off. His prosthetic leg lay on the rug. The light was out in the living room, the only illumination being the lamp over the table where Magda sat across from the sheriff. Her mother leaned against the kitchen counter a few feet away. Gibson nodded. What about his face? I didn't see his face, she said. And he didn't see me, I don't think. So where did he go? Into the living room. I went the other way. Crept down the hall into my bedroom to try to send Jimmy a message on my laptop, because my phone wasn't working. Only, when I got there, it wasn't my room. There was a bed, but not mine, and a shelf with old paperbacks from like the 70s or 80s on it. Vinyl records, dust all over everything, like nobody had been there in a long time. So that's when you realized you had walked into someone else's home. Well, Magda frowned. I mean, it was my home. It was here, but everything was different. Like a few years ago, we painted Jimmy's room blue, and his door too, but last night it was white again like it used to be. Did you go into his bedroom? No, Magda said, but I heard a voice in the basement, so I pushed open the door just a crack, and I heard, well, crying. Crying? Like a girl or a little kid just sobbing. I went down a few steps and the crying stopped and... Magda's eyes darted from the sheriff to her mother and then back. The voice said, "Help me. Help me," just like that. Gibson scrawled on the notebook. Magda took a long sip of coffee. She breathed out slowly, relishing the warmth in her throat. The girl's voice echoed in her mind just the same as when she'd heard it before, 5 years earlier, from out of the dark in the cave. It said, "Help me, Magda." Stop it. Her mother crossed her arms. No embellishment. You're talking to the police, Magda, not telling a story to your friends. The voice in the basement said your name. Gibson peered at her from across the table. Found it. Officer Collins entered through the back door, holding her backpack up in the air. Right where you said it would be. Buried in a pile of leaves in a clearing down the trail. He dumped the contents onto the table. An empty bottle of rum and a set of 2 brass keys with a heart-shaped keychain. One for the house, one for the garage.